This is your conscience speaking. Go like and subscribe. Georgia on my mind.
Well, reigning champs of the SEC is Bama. Reigning national champs is Georgia.
There's only one champ, as far as I'm concerned.
Champ, as McGregor would say.
Well, I was talking about John Cena.
You can't see him.
Can Stetson Bennett get it done for these guys?
I don't think so. I think they got worse everywhere.
I mean,
they're still good.
Guys get drafted, like 11.
Yeah, they're still very good. Looking at this team, their win total 11.5 over under. I think I got to take that under. They're second or third best team in the SEC, which is top 5 team in the country. Yeah. They're not going to be what they were last year.
If they had a better quarterback, I think I'd have a lot different tune on them. Their tight end room is like historically good. For one, they're two, like they have multiple guys there who are Kyle Pitts type prospects.
We got Kentucky's next up on this list. Will Levis is getting talked about like the greatest thing since sliced bread. People are talking about him getting picked over Bryce Young and even CJ Stroud. So, I think CJ Stroud's phenomenal, and people are saying they like Will Levis better than him, which is absolutely bonkers. But Kentucky
Levis is going to be like. That offense is going to be stacked around him, too. They got a good O-line, good running backs, and they brought in a few transfers at wide receiver.
With their win total being 8.5 in the SEC, I love this under. That might be one of my favorite bets out of all the totals of the SEC is the Kentucky under.
PFF agrees with you. It has them at 8 wins.
I think they're closer to 6. You want to move on to Florida?
Yeah, let's talk some Gators. Just Gator chomping.
They had what many considered a great coach that they ran out of town because he didn't recruit well. They go get a Billy Napier. He's one of the up-and-comers for a long time. Gets a big-name job in the SEC.
2020, they were number 9. 2021, they were number 12. 2022, they're 17. They're just dropping back a little bit every year now.
Yeah. So moving on. Is it feeling like 99? Maybe it's feeling like 98.
Is that the degrees? It sure feels hot here right now.
The year.
Oh. I see Peyton Manning. I got you.
The year after Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning never won a national championship. They won the
Peyton Manning wasn't there for that?
Nah. They got a damn hooker at QB.
Dude can play.
He might be good. He might be real good.
They're going to put up points.
Josh Heupel offense and a 7.5 win total. They got some dogs on that defense. They have good offense.
The knocks on them were really the secondary. They don't know if they can cover anybody.
They take a Mike Leach approach. You might be able to score on us, but can you stop us from scoring on you?
Yeah.
They have a great D-line. They have a great defensive line.
Yeah, they
can rush the passer.
Their O-line is a question. They can rush the passer. Their DBs are a big question. I'm not too worried about the O-line with a guy like Hooker back there. He's just a playmaker. Tennessee's the second most returning production of any team in the SEC.
They had a lot of guys stay that were draft eligible that could have gone early. I really like this Tennessee team. 7.5 wins. Probably stand away from that. They're a team that can go 9-3 or 7-5. I want to hit South Carolina. Shane Beamer, head coach. They're at 6 win total on their over/under, but they're bringing in the Heisman favorite from last year, Spencer Rattler, to this team. This kid's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going into the SEC for a head coach that has shown promise. I think the South Carolina team might be dangerous. When you watch him line it up in the SEC, I don't want to see one Oklahoma fan being like, Sooner for life, Spencer Rattler. No, you boot him off the field.
PFF agrees with you here. I mean, we see them projected at 6.6 wins, the over-under at 6 on defense too. Like, they got some weak spots out there, but they do have one of the best cornerback tandems in the country. Cam Smith is a monster out there.
Yeah, their running game should be strong too. Love this over at 6. Yeah. Absolutely love this over.
I want to talk Mizzou. PFF is much higher on Mizzou than the public, sitting at 6.5 wins projected. Really, what they're high on is receiver talent. They have a lot of receiver talent there. Good offensive tackles. But they still have no QB and they can't stop the run. Looking at their non-conference schedule.
You need to have a quarterback. You need to be able to stop the run in the SEC. They can lose a lot of
Kansas State
getting no pushover.
Abilene Christian and New Mexico State.
Abilene Christian should be a very easy win, but they're going to be a good team for their conference. They're a team that if you don't show up against them, like they could give you some trouble.
Yeah, what Mizzou's got at quarterback is really just holding me back from jumping on what PFF's seeing here on the projected win total. I'm nowhere near as high as they are on that.
Vanderbilt, don't gotta talk about them trash. Bama, what do we say about Bama? They're the best team in the country. They're favorites to
What
win
is
the
there to
national
say about
championship.
Bama? It hasn't already been said.
If they
Will
don't
Anderson is a monster.
Yeah, Will Anderson,
He gives me nightmares.
They have a Heisman winner at quarterback, and he's not the best player on their team.
Yeah.
I think it's Bama, Ohio State, the national championship.
I can't see it being SEC teams 2 years in a row. So I think out of Georgia and Bama, Georgia's out, which means Ohio State's probably in. I'm with you on that.
I think they run the table. Be careful with Texas to start the season. You're basically betting on them to go undefeated. If they slip up week 1, you're at a push at worst. So I'm not touching this total.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. That's the right call. Anytime you're betting over 11, it's probably too close to really even consider it.
Talk a little bit about A&M. I can't stand A&M. This squad is going to be damn good this year. And I think they start Connor Wegman. He's a true freshman coming in, 5-star guy. This team's got a ton of talent. They're going to be great on defense. 8.5. This is another one I love the over. I think this could be the second best team in the SEC. I could see their only loss all year being to Bama, and I could also see them beating Bama and maybe losing somewhere else to like maybe a South Carolina or something.
They got the King Killer on their schedule.
Which one?
Appalachian State.
Oh, dude. Can you imagine?
Outside of conference, they got Sam Houston State, Appalachian State. Miami is going to be a good one. And then UMass, Massachusetts.
Trash. I think Texas A&M could be very dangerous in this conference. And this is what they've been building for since 1943, whenever they claimed their last national championship. They claimed about 7 of them. One of the years they claimed a national championship, I think they went like 4-4. All those banners at Kyle Field, just a bunch of fucking phonies. But they actually might be good this year. And if they're not good this year, they should be damn good next year.
That statement just hit me hard because it sounds a lot like the Chicago Bears.
Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, Lane Train, great offensive coordinator. I think they'll be fine. 7-5.
Altmaier, the quarterback.
Yeah, 7.5 win total. They're about a 7-5 team.
It's a competition between Jackson Dart and Luke Altmaier.
Jackson Dart from
USC.
He could be good. Maybe next year. Don't think he's ready for Lane's system yet, but yeah, I mean, Ole Miss is just one of those teams. They're going to stick around. They're going to win 6 to 9 games.
They'll put up 5 million points and win 6 games.
But all right, LSU, Brian Kelly. Sorry, I love LSU. You're going under this year. This roster is terrible. This is probably the worst roster LSU's had in 25 years.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, this LSU team's not good. They're not going to be good. They could be good very, very soon.
Who's starting at quarterback this year?
Exactly.
Miles Brennan. Where did he come from? Has he been there?
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where Cotton Eye Joe?
LSU did have one of the better transfer classes in the country this year.
I don't care.
Bunch of cornerbacks, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, DBU. Yeah, I'm taking the under here. Under 7. Going on Mississippi State. Total 6.5. I think that's right on par for Leach. I don't love this team. I do think they have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, Will Rogers. Mike Leach definitely knows how to coach quarterback. They're going to score a lot of points. They won't be able to stop anybody.
They could definitely use someone stepping up at receiver this year, though. They got the quarterback. Yeah. It's weird to see a Mike Leach team that isn't just stacked with receivers.
I think 8-4 is their absolute ceiling here. I think they're closer to 7-5, 6-6. At that, I'm not touching that win total. Arkansas. Sam Pittman, most overrated coach in the nation.
Arkansas is a team that I feel like has not changed at all in the last decade. Like every year they trot out the same exact team, it feels like. They run the ball, they're physical, and they have limited upside.
You taking the over-under here? Over-under 7.
Arkansas, probably under.
Under. Count it. Auburn, Brian Harsin, they tried so hard to fire this guy. It's crazy. People at Auburn are freaking crazy. And they wouldn't go get Zach Calzada from A&M, the Cuban Missile Crisis, whatever they call him. He wasn't good at A&M. with better talent around him. And like Bo Nix walks out the door. He was your God's gift.
Dude,
I mean,
I was convinced
Auburn
after Bo
alum.
Nix's like first game that he was going to be great.
Oh, the legend of Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix was very good last year. Him leaving hurt them a lot. Bo Nix doesn't get the credit he deserves, and I think he will be great at Oregon next year. We'll get to him when we get to the Pac-12. Got 6 wins with a lame duck head coach, with a lame duck quarterback. I don't know what Auburn's doing with such a passionate fan base that is so involved. I don't know how they're letting this happen. But yeah, give me the under. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, anything you want to debate, anything you want to hear us talk about, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know. Don't sleep on the Lions.
Shaving-points.com.
17-0, baby.